Hi guys, I'm Roger Knowles and welcome back to Always Games TV. I am joined by... I can't think of any more intros for you now.
just say Tom.
By the wonderful and amazing... I can't just say Tom, that is just so dull. By the absolutely extraordinary, all-round amazing and nice guy, Tom Simpson.
Hi, and I'm joined by, him.
Thanks. I'm just trying to inflate your ego and you're just undoing mine. And as I may have said in a few other E3 videos that we're looking at, we're picking and choosing some of the trailers that we have seen through the whole of the event. Now, obviously, we can't cover everything that we've seen, but we're going to try and cover as much as we can, or at least the ones that are intrigued us, or the ones that we are excited the most for. Now, this has to be another one that has caught our eye, which I didn't know anything about.
All I've seen is the cover shot for the video. I haven't seen any of it yet.
You haven't even seen this trailer?
All I saw was a night, and it looked pretty good, so I sort of, mentioned
Oh, nice. It. Well, this kind of... Well, in that case, we'll just kick straight into the trailer. And so you're fresh seeing this. I've seen this a few times now, but this was shown during the Ubisoft conference, if I am correct.
Before we start, is it anything like Chivalry?
It is very similar to Chivalry. It's very, obviously, knights and things like that, and ancient sort of combat and stuff like that. I think it's got like some samurais in there as well.
Really?
It's the over-the-shoulder third person.
Oh, I love those katanas, though.
Which reminds me of another game which I can't remember the actual game of, which were very similar to Chivalry, but it also has a feel of... You know on Titanfall, where you would have certain players on the map, and then you would have lots of NPCs?
Yeah.
Very similar like that again. It's going to be this video is coming up is a 4v4, but there is about 40 or 50 NPC knights which you can slaughter as well on the way. So it kind of breaks up the combat rather than and fills the battlefield out a little bit more rather than just being just players.
It does sound pretty interesting.
Yeah. So it's not one I know, and I've only just discovered it with the E3 happening. It'll be coming out on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC at some point in 2016, and it's been done by Ubisoft Montreal. So let's get going. So as you can see on the trailer, it literally kicks in straight away with the combat. There's not much of an introduction. This was taken actually live on the conference stage. So they're actually, I don't know whether or not they actually were playing it, but they meant to have been 8 people on stage playing it 4v4.
I'm sorry, but this isn't a criticism, but straight away it looked like Assassin's Creed a little bit.
Maybe a little bit with the movement. But by the looks of the combat, though, it looks vastly different, though, I'd say, to Assassin's Creed. If anything, I think it looks a little bit more like Rise, Son of Rome.
I haven't seen that.
Wasn't really well received. But, as you can see, here we go. So we've got, that's obviously an actual player-controlled character there. Having a bit of a standoff here. As you can see on the conference, they were... I don't know if they were actually... I presume they were actually playing the game. Right, they've been set up. So it's 2v1 here. What I like the idea of it is that there is actually like a battle going on rather than it just being players, which can sometimes get a little bit slow sometimes.
That's what I was thinking about the Star Wars video we did previously.
Mm-hmm. Was that there's no NPCs on the battlefront?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it feel full and more...
I think it can work with NPCs, plus especially like somebody like myself. I'm not very good at multiplayer games, so having NPCs to kill make me feel like I'm actually achieving and doing something on the battlefield which will help the overall game. That's why I like Titanfall so much. Even though I was actually terrible at it, it made me feel like I was at least adding something to the
like you're accomplishing
overall score.
Something.
Like
you're accomplishing something.
Yeah. I like the flow of combat, like the blocking and everything like that, and the reversals. Some really... I'm loving the sword. Ooh. Oh.
Well, that was a pretty cool finish.
That was a pretty awesome ending to it. So there we go. That was For Honor. Like I said, it should be coming out in 2016 at some point. There's no official release date that has been announced. But it certainly wasn't one which was on my radar before E3, but it definitely is now.
It does look like something to keep your eye on. I think I'd like to see a bit more footage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's something that I am looking again. I said that about a few of the games that we spotted in E3. It's that little bit of a taster, but what I've had so far, I'm liking the look of, and that's the only thing what I didn't like about Chivalry was that, like I said, I'm not very good at multiplayer games, so having that idea of being able to sort of like hack some NPCs down just to make yourself feel a bit more badass, and then getting killed by an actual player character. And it makes you feel like you've added to the battlefield and also filled the battlefield with a bit more action on what's going on. So, but yeah. So, like I said, that's made by Ubisoft Montreal. Last thoughts on that one, Tom?
Yeah.
I'm getting this feeling that you're not too sure about it.
I like it because it's different. There's not really many knight or, sword games out on the market at the moment that are similar to that. So... I don't know. It could be good.
I'm sure on Always Games 2 we'll be following that a little bit more, and we'll take another look back at that if there's any more gameplay footage released.
I'm sure we'll have some updates.
Oh hell yeah! Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, Tom. Thank you for joining me for these videos.
No problem.
And we will hopefully see you on the next E3 video where we'll be waffling on random stuff about games. Tom, how do we follow you and keep an eye on you and see what you're up to?
It's at Outcast Reaver on the Twitter.
And I'm at The Geekkeeper. Don't forget to follow Always Games TV at Always Games TV and like our Facebook page. Don't forget to check out our website, which is www.alwaysgamestv.com. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. And if you're feeling super generous, also subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our other content. Thank you so much, guys, and we'll see you in the next E3 video. Bye guys.